Today is October 1st. We're putting the belt on. We got our belts in from Industrial Bearing Supply. We already got this belt fed back under here and the flat belt back on. We got to put the belt guides on. William's putting on the new slip clutch we got from Massey, Agco, and so that's what we're working on. And then we'll have the belt on tonight, and this project should be done on this side. We need one bolt for the other side on the rethrasher. Got the rethrash belt on. Working on the alarm system. It works. I'm getting it set in case we have a problem. Today we're going to mount the chopper and put the sieves in. We're under the back of the combine now. We're putting the lower sieve in. We're going to set our openings right away where we think they'll need to be. They need to be adjusted though when you're in the field to get the cleanest sample possible and yet not lose any seed out of the back of the combine or grain out of the back of the combine. We have the top sieve in, and now it's time to lock them in place with these bars here. They go up here like this, and then you got to be very careful not to pull this off the side. This is just light sheet metal that you're tying to, but yet you have to keep your sieve tight so that you do not, it does not bounce around in here or jump back and forth, or it can even fall out and be laying in the field somewhere. So you want to keep these up there and tight, and that way, but not over tight. You got to get a happy medium on that sheet metal holder right there. We got the lower sieve installed, the back door installed correctly. We got the top sieve installed and adjusted. You have to raise this lid up. This is your back part of your top sieve. It has its own adjustment. And you got to get it down below these wing nuts here. That allows you to keep it on the sieve a little longer or make it flat. I like to just raise them just a little. Gives it a little bit of an aggressive shake to get it out. Okay, give you a general walk around. We've come a long way. Today is Sunday, October the 6th. I don't like working on Sunday, but we want to get this done because the daylight is by 6 o'clock. You can't hardly see in the building. We're trying to get finished. We have the belts changed. Down here, we got this belt on new. This belt here on new that drives the straw walkers. Got the chopper reinstalled. Got the corn slowdown kit here. Got the idlers all in place to direct the belts through the machine. This is your corn slowdown on there. Got the belts reattached. Got this here. New belt here. New belts on the fan. In real good shape there. These belts, this is the main drive belt down to the jack shaft box for the chopper. This belt is loose, but when we test it, it'll clamp up when we run the clamp. William today has been servicing. The reason the tire's off, he changed all the radiator hoses. We got radiator hoses here, new clamps. The old ones were pretty oil saturated. This is one of them he changed. The oil starting to delayer. Just going to be failure in a matter of hours, especially if it's hot out. The engine's doing a lot of work. Here's an original, got red paint on it, 1977. Hose clamps wouldn't come off, they never do. You just put new ones on, it saves you a lot of trouble. Doesn't cost that much. Cheap maintenance. They're real soft. This is the bottom one, real soft, and had places where they had been sitting on the iron and wore because they weren't installed quite correctly. This one probably ain't too bad, but you're there, you might as well do all four of them. New antifreeze. Change the antifreeze, don't put the old antifreeze in. Get it protected for winter. Everything just runs better with new fluids. Still got to change the oil. We got to change the oil yet. Here's a new hose right here. New clamps. We didn't get this little bitty one. We might do that some other day. It should hold. I think that's a bypass in case the thermostat were to stick closed. I think we'll be all right. We'll change that at a later date. Down here, another new hose. And then that goes on and around. Engine's nice and clean because we washed it. Fuel filters, we got to change those yet. We're probably going to leave the hydraulics alone and do those next season. The oil appears to be pretty good. Hell, there ain't hardly any in it. So it's down there, but we'll fill that up. Okay, we've got the oil changed. Antifreeze is changed. The only thing left to do is fuel filters. We've been doing a test run in idle on the thrashing mechanism, and we found this belt was running off to the side. It was not aligned. So if you read your book, you can loosen the back side of this pulley that engages the machine, and it's not on an even plane. You can spin the shaft and align your belt. So that's what we did. It took 1 5/16" wrench, loosen the big nut on the back side, and then spin the shaft that's mounted in. And we had to turn it probably 3/4 of a complete turn, and then that aligned this belt to run center on this shaft. When we first started, we were smelling burnt rubber. It was rubbing these guides right here, and you can see it's done it before because people's discolored it. Now we have it to where it runs right in the middle. Okay, we have a few odds and ends to do. We're going to change this cylinder out with another used one. It weeps as it sets around, and I think with the weight of the corn head, even though we'll be using the helper springs, that's really going to make it weep. And we've got a good one on a junker in the barn, so we'll just change those out. We've got to put a belt shield on here, right here. We got to come around. We got to lube the machine. We got to grease it. We'll go over that when we're doing it. There, we got to fix this wiring. We got to tape it up, wire it, and get it all in a safe place so it can't get caught on any stalks or belts. We got to put our clean out doors on. We do have to work in here. We're going to take this off right here. This gets wore from vibration. The holes get wallered out, and you can see it move here. So we'll weld those up and re-drill those, and that'll take all the play out of all this mechanism here and make it like new. That's very common on a 300, 540. I've done it on all of them. The unloaders on a 410 and 510 might do the same thing, but I never had to do it on those.